Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I will give you some tips how to make your husband fall in love with you again. Let's begin. Number one, let him miss you. I know this sounds a little strange. Surely, to get your husband to fall in love with you again, you need to, actually spend time with him. But hear me out. Having time apart healthy for couples. It gives you time to live your life independently and grow as a person separately. If you spend every waking moment with each other, then you run the risk of codependency and a toxic relationship developing. Trust me, that's what you don't want. When you get busy in other activities that don't involve your husband and he does the same, you also have more to talk about when you do spend time together. The fact of the matter is this: spending time apart allows you to develop balance in the relationship. What's more, and most importantly, it gives you a chance to miss each other. For most people, you find out how much you love someone when they're not around. When he spends time away from you, he'll see how much he misses you. And if he misses you, that's guaranteed to reignite the fire in his belly. Number two, love yourself. If you don't love yourself, how can you expect your husband to love you? Think about this. People who are confident in themselves and what they have to offer the world are more attractive to those around them. It's no different for your husband. Show your husband you love and care about yourself, and you will be giving him a roadmap to loving you. It's about ensuring that you're lovable and showing your husband that you're worthy of love and interest. Number three, make time to do fun things together. When you're getting deeper into your marriage, it's easy to forget to have fun. Maybe a regular Saturday night date or a Sunday movie or just a hot night in once in a while. Whatever works for you and for your husband. Number four, show him how much he means to you. Why don't you surprise your husband with breakfast in bed on Saturday morning? Why not give him a long hug and steamy kiss when he comes home from work? Show him that you care. Show him how much he means to you. Take the time to show your husband how you feel about him. Trust me, it will do wonders for your marriage. Number five, learn to say thank you. It's no surprise that we all love feeling appreciated, but we get stuck in our routines. We tend to forget to thank you. Number five, learn to say thank you. It's no surprise that we all love feeling appreciated, but when we get stuck in our routines, we tend to forget to thank our partners for the little things they do. So, put a stop to that and thank your husband whenever he does something for you. It's two words that will undoubtedly improve your relationship. After all, remember this. I bet there are plenty of normal things your husband does for you, like drive you to work or fix a leaky faucet, that you forget to say thank you for him. See what happens when you get in the habit of appreciating what your husband does. We spoke above about the importance of making your husband feel needed. This is exactly the same scenario. If you learn to thank him and appreciate him for what he does, he will feel more valued, which is guaranteed to make him feel better in your marriage. Number 6, make him feel needed. I know that times have changed and independent women are all the rage these days, but men love to feel needed. Chalk it up to men's evolutionary past of being the protector and provider in the relationship. Men have an instinct to make you feel comfortable and secure. If your husband feels like he isn't actively needed in your life, then he can lose confidence in himself and in the relationship. I know that you've probably got your own life on lock, but why not get your husband to do something for you? Not only you will give him a purpose. After all, he is your husband and he wants to provide for you. But you will also see how willing he is to help you. In other words, show your husband that he is the man you want to lean on. The best bit is that this is exactly what he wants. Why? Because of his deep-seated drive to be an everyday hero. Number 7, try the 10-minute rule. Ever heard of the 10-minute rule? In other words, make time to talk about anything under the sun, except kids, works, and households or responsibilities. The idea here is to chat about something that is not routine. Have a talk about something interesting. You could chat about the past and all the good times you had together. That will guarantee to get his mind wandering on all the passionate and fun times you had together. Number 8, support your man from the sidelines. It's not as easy as you might think to be a man. They need a drive to become the provider in the relationship, while at the same time being the rock that the family can lean on in hard times. Most men grow up being taught that they shouldn't show any signs of weakness and that they have to be successful in whatever they do. If he has his own personal dreams and aspirations, cheer him on. Be his number one supporter. See it like it is just you and him against the world, and you're going to support him to help you both succeed. This is actually one area that many couples struggle with, particularly relationships that are turning toxic. They tend to put each other down without realizing it. This usually happens when there's a level of competition in the relationship and they're constantly trying to one up each other. But do you know what that leads to? Resentment and bitterness, which, as you can imagine, are incredibly unhealthy for any relationship. Don't be one of those marriages. A relationship where you support each other unconditionally is much more healthy and fulfilling. There's way more room for both of you to grow as well. Number 9, don't try to change him. When you spend as much time as you do with your husband, then no matter who you are, you're always going to find some things that are annoying. Men who are with women who constantly make suggestions about what they could do better tend to close off for them. In fact, this is a common reason a man falls out of love with a woman. My suggestions? My suggestion is pay attention to what you're saying to your husband. If you're constantly telling him you should all the time, you might want to pull back or he might continue to fall out of love with you. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not suggesting that you don't mention something that he's doing that's seriously hindering your quality of life. If it is big, could be a deal breaker for your future, then you need to speak up. But if it is small and slight annoyances, then try to look at them in a different light. Accept and embrace his flaws. It will make life a lot easier and you won't feel so pressured to change his behavior around you. Number 10, be the woman he fell in love with. It's not easy to maintain a happy marriage. It takes a lot of work from both partners. So, if you feel like your husband has lost interest in you, one way to rekindle your flame is to remind him of why he fell in love with you in the first place. Try to remember what attracted him to you back then. Was it your kindness, your love of adventure, or maybe your sense of humor? It's normal for people to change with time or to emphasize certain aspects of their characters less. That's why you need to bring the qualities that made him fall in love with you in the first place back then. Believe me, once he sees that the woman he fell in love with all those years still there, he'll fall in love with you all over again. The bottom line, there are many reasons that people drift apart and fall out of love. But that doesn't have to be the end. It's possible to fall in love again. If you still love your husband and you feel that for one reason or another he's pulled away, you can still make him fall in love with you again. Thank you for tuning in Bona EPB YouTube channel. Until next time, abrazos y beijos. God bless and ciao.